In the start of the film, we see a couple having a date by the pool. They are named Cindy and Brad, and we learn through their talk that they are lifeguards at the park. Instead of going home when their shifts are finished, they spend time together and snuggle up on top of the water slide. Hey guys, welcome to our channel, Mystery Recaps. Today, we will recap a 2019 horror mystery movie named Aqua Slash. To know what happens later, keep on watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Soon after, a person approaching them with a machete in hand mercilessly murders the two of them. The 2018 graduating class of Valley Hills High School intends to host its graduation ceremony at some time in the future. The West Valley Water Park is where they want to hold the event. Alice, a recent graduate of Valley Slope High School, and the person who dreamt up the entire event, rambled the idea. As with every previous graduation ceremony, the seniors are looking forward to spending time together. In the water park where they may swim and ride slides, they want to spend 3 days. At this time, Josh, our protagonist, is introduced to us. He and his pals would converse while swimming, establish a school band called the Blades, and at some point, during the occasion, they would play. Eventually, Conrad, an elderly man, becomes reliant on them. He tells them that he is a maintenance technician and a caretaker at the water park. After having worked there for 35 years, he is still useful. A few hours later, Josh and his pals are rehearsing when Kim, who seems to be Josh's ex-girlfriend and is now a lifeguard, shows there. Tommy, Tim's current boyfriend, looks to be jealous as a result of their chat and the manner his girlfriend handled her ex. If you give it some thought, it makes sense as to why he would feel that way. The protagonist's son, Josh, calls Michael in the scene after that, introducing us to him. On the call, Josh begs his father to join him at the water park to see him perform. Next, one of the park's administrators, Priscilla, introduces herself to us. In 1992, she obtained her high school diploma from Valley Hills. Slim claims to have overheard students discussing a rumor that Priscilla chose one graduating class each year to have sex with the rest of the group until a few brazen teenagers decide to slide down the slide while holding a bottle of alcohol. The water park's main attraction is a series of extremely long and high water slide tunnels. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual. The tragedy prompts Paul, the owner of West Valley, and Conrad, the pool's keeper, to clean the pool of blood and shattered glass. In the afternoon, Kim and Tommy are hanging out with Josh, Chad, and Slim. Josh just so happens to be there. Josh's pals want Tommy to find an extension cord for them. Josh makes the decision to take advantage of the chance to be alone with Kim in a new setting. Tommy is putting in the speaker and microphone cords at the same time. Tim and Josh approach Tommy covertly to start their romance. What do you think will Tim and Josh be successful in there? Try. Make guesses in the comment section. Josh's father was eating supper at the same time as Priscilla. At first, their conversation is seen. Nevertheless, at first, we viewers are unable to understand what they are saying. We discover from their talk that Michael, also known as Josh's father, is a well-known local businessman, and that Priscilla is Paul's wife, the owner of Wet Valley. At the meal, Michael remarks that Paul is overlooking a golden opportunity that is right in front of him. Josh and Kim are now approaching their pals as his band is getting ready to perform after some time has passed. They are being watched by a classmate who says something bad will happen to them. Meanwhile, the elders are appreciating the Blades' rendition of 1980s songs. Josh's singing offends Kim, who is observing, who also criticizes the loud noises their instruments generate. Josh's father and Priscilla are in attendance to see him perform. Tommy hasn't yet realized that his fiancée has been having an affair. It turns out, though, that one of the seniors had recorded Josh and Kim interacting and had just uploaded the footage to the seniors group chat. As Tommy views the tape in front of everyone, he is obviously incensed. When Priscilla learns that her husband is seeing Alice, he dashes on the stage and beats Josh. The situation worsens right away in the movie. Afterwards, Michael approaches his son Josh and attempts to reassure him. Then he asks Josh what he thinks of his proposal to buy the water park. Without their knowing, Alice is listening in and she has heard everything. Paul is subsequently reprimanded by her for trying to negotiate the sale of the water park when she goes looking for him. Since she worries that he could leave her if he receives the money from the negotiation, Alice, Paul's mistress, is uneasy. She is reassured by Paul, who is inebriated, that the water park, which is his only source of income, won't ever be so. One person enters one of the water slides to install 2 gigantic metal blades, positioned inside in an X pattern, after all of the old folks have retired to bed, and nobody has left the building since then. We remain a perplexing figure. Appears to be following Michael the next day as he investigates the region. After receiving a leg shot, Michael is brought to the shed. It turns out that Brad and Cindy, the 2 lifeguards, were also found dead in the shed. Starting at the opening of the film, the next scene informs us that Tommy has just been sacked from his job and that Kim just dumped him. Shortly later, Conrad approaches him and tells him that Kim has lost interest in him. Tommy still has optimism since he cares for her in spite of everything. During lunch, Conrad, the water park attendant, regulates the flow of water down the slides. No one is currently aware that one of the slides has metal blades. Also employed there, Priscilla chooses to spend her time with Slim rather than working. All of the seniors are excited to participate in an afternoon tournament with a $500 cash prize. Teams of people would compete to see who could slide down the water slides the fastest. Naturally, Slim, Chad, and Josh work together. Slim is still present and accounted for, though. Instead, they encounter Tommy, who, despite being sacked from his job, abruptly approaches them. Tommy lets them know that he will be taking part in the tournament and will be visiting rather than working. The other seniors don't appear to be in favor of the proposal. Therefore, he won't be permitted to participate. Slim is still nowhere in sight, so Josh and Chad decide to invite him to join their team. Tommy thinks something is amiss, not long after he sees a channel of water flowing out of one of the slides, since he had nothing better to do but stand about. In addition, he finds scraps of water slide material, which suggests that the slide has been pierced. While the seniors wait in line to ride the slides, Conrad is unwinding by the pool. He is awaiting the commencement of the contest. Tommy has come to the conclusion that one of the slides has been changed, attempts to stop people from using the slides while this is happening. Regrettably, as a result of what he did last night, the seniors already disregard and perceive him as a party pooper. In a few minutes, the rivalry between the event planners and pool attendants will start. Conrad, working as a guard downstairs, and Priscilla communicate to make sure everything happens as planned. Of course, neither is aware that one of the slides is equipped with blades. What do you think what will happen to them? Tell us in the comment section. Tommy never surrenders. He keeps making an effort to warn Paul and Priscilla about the threat to everyone. Regrettably, no one takes him seriously. The contest then starts. One of the furious seniors even shoved Tommy down the slide. The same slide is being used by 3 girls at once. This was also to be anticipated. They are quickly mutilated below by the blades. The water coming out of slide number 3 has turned crimson and mutilated limbs are rolling down it. The other guests scream in fear as Conrad rushes down from his lifeguard station, spraining his ankle. Tommy, who was previously propelled down the slide, is currently getting close to the metal blades. He can only cross his fingers and hope that no one else falls down after him. Conrad gives Priscilla the order to stop the competition right away. These walkie-talkies have a history of breaking down. Thus, blissfully oblivious to the mayhem below, Priscilla urges Paul to slide down. Politics. Now that no one is utilizing the slides, slide number 3 is doomed. They are being asked to halt by Josh, who hurries upstairs. Paul is now tumbling down the slide and is making an effort to stop himself from falling any farther. As a result of being more compressed into the blades, Tommy and the 2 senior females, who were already crowded inside of them, pass away. No one could have possibly predicted that all of this entertainment would lead to such a level of carnage. In the midst of the panic, Conrad instructs Chad and Kim to stop the water pumps at the shed, but when they go inside the shed, they discover the dead of Michael, Josh's father, and the 2 lifeguards. To the slides again. Paul will never be able to hold on again due to the swift water rush. He tumbles to the ground while being cut by the terrifying blades. After the massacre, Josh learns through a lawyer that his father has left him a sizable bequest. But the deal to buy the Wet Valley Water Park, which his father intended to raise to make place for a $20 million commercial center, hasn't been finalized yet. Paul, the owner, also perished away in the tragedy. Thus, Priscilla is the only recipient of the transaction money. Priscilla is seen smiling at the end of the film, and her memories reveal that she was slain in this park years before without anybody even trying to save him. Being a small girl who witnessed everything, we can draw the conclusion that Priscilla is at fault for the disaster in 2018. She probably thought up a complicated plan, whether to get back at someone or just to get an inheritance. So guys, that's it for today. Check out this video on the screen to watch this amazing movie recap. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell icon to never miss any exciting movie recaps